Look, if you don't want to make that change within yourself, it's not going to get better. This might not apply to everybody, but if you feel like you're rock bottom, okay, and you're hoping for a better day, but you literally are doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results, that's the definition of insanity. You are provided with a choice every day. You are provided with multiple choices throughout the entire day. Take that choice, make that change. You've identified a problem. You're saying you're rock bottom. Got it. You're there now. There's only one way, and it's up. So change your mindset. Use that choice and go a freaking different direction. Love y'all. Faceman VTT out.
Day 3 of retirement. As an infantryman, I was asked if I could clean the sink. So let's look at this. Definitely some kind of grime on there. And I open up the cabinet. What do I use? Nothing comes to mind. Like my experience is my skill set. Nothing. Wait a minute. Everyone knows this is how you clean everything. Infantry, retired.
You can just take it.
Would you like a military discount?
Do you offer one?
Honestly, cap of the day.
Please. Thank you.
CC's Pizza is the county fair of restaurants. You go in there, you look around, you feel a little bit better about yourself, then you realize that you're in there too. Tell me I'm wrong. Well, let's be honest. You know, not everybody's made for this life. It's scary. You know, you gotta jump out of a plane while it's moving. That's not natural. It's high, it's fucking wet outside sometimes. It's snowy, it's hot, it's dry, it's shitty. Who the fuck would want to be airborne? Best job I ever had.
This is the Veteran Trash Talk Hour, hosted by Nick, Dave, and Buddy. Real warriors making fun of other real warriors. Try to not get triggered.
Yeah, I got him. Good job, buddy. Jesus Christ, buddy. A black mom is strength is the first sentence. 30 seconds. $15, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Happy Saturday, everybody. Welcome to episode 125 of the Trash Talk Hour. Special guest today is comedian Tom the Redneck. And as usual, I'm here with the Big Earl and Buddy. Happy Saturday.
I'm still drunk.
I'm not, but I'm tired, man. This retired life, you know, and it's like 7 o'clock out here in Arizona. So I usually wake up at this time, but I don't have to talk to anybody. Oh, I'm hurting.
Yeah, I overserved myself a little bit last night. So
did you?
I woke up this morning and I had to like figure out whether or not I was just like waking up or still slightly overserved.
Yeah,
Ooh.
like I mean, if you watched the fight show last night, you can tell that I was not in a good. I was not in a good place. My blood alcohol level was like definitely above, like almost dead.
I think you were in a great place, actually.
I mean, I was in. I'm a functioning alcoholic, so I'm able to do that. But it's, you know, when the place you're at has a tequila and mezcal tasting, what are you supposed to do? Right? Like
you're supposed to taste it and then spit it into a bucket.
or something. That's what they do.
And I mean, you had the 10th Mountain stuff. Shout out to 10th Mountain Whiskey. Go check them out. Type in VTT, get a discount.
I mean, you should. Everybody should have this by them at 8:00 in the morning. Everyone.
Irish coffees are coffees.
Yeah, but it's.
Well, I had Irish coffee last time you were here, right, buddy? We did a show from here. Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm taking it easy this morning. I got the energy drink right here. Maybe Monster will sponsor us.
I don't even have water right now. No
water.
We gotta get Bud Light to sponsor us because Buddy's a huge proponent of them.
I think Buddy would quit after that.
You know what?
Buddy would delete our numbers and never talk to us again.
I have I've got a Budweiser like tank top that I like. I'll grab a tank top or whatever when I'm gonna go do a light.
Are you gonna take a flamethrower to it?
Hey, we don't mention that person.
No, I was. But
this is the standard for 10:00 in the morning.
There you go. Well, you're 10:00 already. That's easy go time.
Yeah, that's easy. That's go time.
Anyway, I was running down the road the other day. There were some construction workers eyeballing me because I had a Budweiser shirt on. It's like, I'm not like that, homie. Like, just jump back. It's just a shirt. Calm down, everybody. You don't have to get crazy.
Anyway, so we're going to kickstart the dumpster fire. Maybe it already partially started. Who knows? We'll probably start during this. And we're going to talk about another amazing conspiracy theory, one that I looked up yesterday. Have you guys heard of the Montauk Project? Buddy, you might have heard of this one.
Isn't it the Montague?
Did you just mispronounce montage?
It's Montauk. It's Montauk, New York. That's what they said on all the videos that I watched. So the Montauk Project.
In like montage versions.
Yeah.
Meeting montage.
Buddy has a college degree now, so you better pay attention.
He does. Maybe it is montage, but all the videos that I watched from this, it specifically said Montauk in New York. So we're going to talk about the Montauk Project, Camp Hero. I know Chris put up some photos for me. So Camp Hero is located in Montauk, New York. It was established in 1942 during World War II. German U-boats were a serious threat to the eastern coast, so they basically established a base, and Montauk was considered a very likely point of invasion. So eventually the Navy moved into this base. If you look at pictures of the base, they had like fake roofs and stuff to make it look like a fucking place where fishermen lived, all kinds of good shit, okay? There was torpedo testing that was going on at this base, all kinds of stuff. So in 1960, the infamous huge radar was put in play, and you can see that on the pictures. This radar was also...
Huge radar or
huge
radar?
Huge.
Fucking huge freaking goy.
It's a fucking huge radar. What are we doing? We gotta install the huge radar.
Yeah. So listen, in 1960, this radar was put in play, all right? And this radar is actually referenced in the show Stranger Things as well. All right. The radar and its capabilities was the second ever built of its kind. It was so powerful that it had to be shut down multiple times, recalibrated, because it was interfering with local radio and TV. Local members even claimed that animals would freak out, people would get headaches and bad dreams from it. So in 1978, a proposal was submitted to shut down the base because all these strange things were occurring. 2002, eventually it was all closed down, but remains off limits. So there's a lot of multiple tunnel systems at this base and underground facilities. And people now have come forward claiming that they were subject to the Montauk Project. So this guy, Preston Nichols, specifically was an electrical engineer, and he claimed that the facility was built to create psychic spies out of young boys using alien and UFO technology.
Okay. That's a fucking Jeffrey Epstein thing.
Yeah, he also claimed that the facility housed little and large gray aliens, to include reptilian aliens. All right. He even claimed that time travel was mastered at this base and that they successfully executed or completed a time travel in 1983. Claims have also been made that Nazis were brought to the space after World War II to continue working on these things. Okay. And also lots of child kidnappings to perform psychological tests, in which many now adults are coming forward and saying that they were part of this Montauk Project. All right. So to this day, obviously, we don't know what really happened on this base. Personally, I'm a big UFO guy. I'm not in with the alien thing. I think it was like some MK Ultra shit, which the CIA has come forward, where they were doing testing and, on children and adults. Like, you can look that shit up. Definitely no aliens. Go ahead, Nick.
You can look anything up.
Yeah, but no, like it's been, declassified. You know, have you looked into the MK Ultra? We can have a whole discussion.
No idea what that is.
Okay, that's what they were doing.
I don't. MK Ultra. That sounds like a shoe that just came.
Hey,
out.
is it Michelob Ultra owned by
Genesis
Anheuser? All right, yeah, we're not talking about them anymore.
I do believe that
transgender ultras.
So definitely no on the aliens. Yes on the Nazis. The Nazis were very interested in time travel and stuff, and UFOs back then. So I do believe that we took some of those guys in World War II and brought them maybe back to this facility to do some crazy testing and stuff. And then yes to the child kidnappings as well. I think that did happen, and there was some fucking shady shit going on at that base. And that's my take on it. You can look it up. You can research it. There's a lot of people that are coming forward now and saying that they were part of this project back then. And they're really scared to talk about it. There's interviews online, all kinds of crazy shit. So that's my take. Tom, what do you think happened at this base?
I think old boy probably made that thing about the aliens after smoking a crack rock or two.
Okay, all right.
And so he might have seen aliens.
Okay.
It was the 70s.
Dragons and that's true. It was back in the 70s. Now, I mean, I do know that, so there was a very big interest in the psychological. What started the psychological warfare was trying to build a capability in the human mind.
Yep.
And there's a number of places that we've tested, different facilities we tested. So I have no doubt. I hadn't read up on the Montauk place, but I don't see why it wouldn't be another place. But I find it hard though to believe that there'd be kidnappings.
Yeah.
To support it. Now, I do think though, there's other places where they've enticed people to come in and be guinea pigs with a payment or whatever. But I don't know, the kidnapping part, I find it hard to believe.
Good, fair enough. So what about the German, the Nazis? Do you think some Nazis were brought to that base to continue?
Yeah. So,
okay.
Yeah, I don't doubt that at all. It just happens. My little one-horse town I lived in back in Texas, there was a Nazi camp that they stuck Nazis in.
Okay. All right. What about time travel? No?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not buying time travel.
Okay. Good.
Maybe
good
it's just out of my...
I time travel every weekend.
Yeah. So definitely something going on that base.
True.
Probably working with psychedelics. There was a lot of testing with LSD back in the day and stuff. The Nazis started that. I think it was Peter Hoffmann who invented it. And, the Nazis were taking that shit too.
How come you're not talking with that accent on every word you say? Like, why did you have to go to Hoffmann?
I think it was Peter Hoffmann or Albert Hoffmann. I don't know.
There you go.
Hoffman. And so I think there was definitely some stuff going on like that. Okay. Sounds good. Buddy, what's your take?
Couple things.
Yep.
First of all,
gray aliens, yes. Reptilians,
I would just
yes.
like to say they put in the huge radar.
Mm-hmm.
Huge.
The huge radar, and then they had the little and large gray aliens. As smart as they were, these are the only adjectives they have. Like, what was the next version of the radar? The giant radar?
The radar was you can look the radar up, research it. It's this the range of it and stuff. Like they talk a lot about like the width, the length of it.
I get it. I get what a radar does, and how it works, and but I just don't understand like all of the names that we could have. Huge.
Yeah. Well, maybe I just picked that. The huge.
Well, then you're the one that's supposed to give us the objective facts.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You're the one that's supposed to give us.
It's a fucking big radar. Goddamn.
It's our job to be subjective.
Buddy?
It's your job to be objective.
Secondly, when I have to admit that when you asked Tom what his opinion was and he first started talking, as somebody from Alabama, all I wanted to say is it ain't got no gas in it. That's what's wrong. Ain't got no gas in it. That's what happened. And thirdly.
No aliens.
Yes, to like, let's just. We give syphilis to people back.
Oh
then.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Actually, the Native Americans gave syphilis to us.
Yeah, I'm talking about like the Tuskegee experiments. It's not above the U.S. government to do.
We gave them smallpox.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we gave them blankets. They just happened to have.
But they gave us syphilis, which we took back to Europe. So it's kind of a
good. Anyway, as far as like abduction, I just recently learned that there's a whole program of rehoming children, like adopted children. They don't get readopted. They just like send them off. There's plenty of ways to get like kidnap kids without kidnap kids, because there's like apparently millions of them go missing every year and nobody I don't get it. Right? But
so in the article too, it said, like you just said, buddy, in the article too, they talked about like a lot of the kidnappings happened like in the city of New York because there was a lot of homelessness going on. It would just snatch up kids in the streets and bring them there.
Yeah. So, I mean, I could see that. I don't put it past the government to do a lot of really, especially then. And I mean, you could make the argument that, that whole shot that everybody had to get just recently was a lot like an experiment on a bunch of people that didn't want.
I mean, the guy who created the technology said it was.
Yeah. So I think it's 100% plausible. As far as like little, medium, and large, like the venti aliens. I don't know
large.
That was the thing. Yeah.
Actually means 20, but yeah.
I understand what it means. I've also seen that movie. You're stupid.
That was a good one.
But I don't buy the alien part. Nazis, I don't really know. Nobody ever,
time travel? No.
Nobody ever Nazi'd me.
Yeah, I did not see that happening. The time travel thing?
Yeah. No. Okay.
I believe that if time travel was a real thing, the world would be a completely different place right now.
I think it'd be worse right now.
We definitely have like one.
We fucked that shit up.
one leader who had like the betting book from Marty McFly,
the sports almanac.
The sports almanac, and that's how he actually took over the entire world. Was like 1968 World Series. No, I don't think.
And it's kind of crazy how like it's referenced in Stranger Things and everything. Like
they actually predicted the World Series that the Cubs would win because the Cubs actually won that year. In the future.
Okay, so nobody in the chat has any takes. So I guess Rob is really happy that we're talking about time travel.
Well, they also. I mean, if we're going to go down the Back to the Future rabbit hole. When he first showed up in the 1950s, the song that was playing was Mr. Sandman, Bring Me a Treat.
Yeah. Didn't exist then.
Go back there right now. If you were to go back 30 years right now, you'd be in 1993. And you know what song would be playing?
Pretty spiritual.
Mr. Sandman.
Mr. Sandman. Yeah, nice.
What? Crazy.
Nice.
Anyway, go ahead.
Okay, so some child testing, maybe some psychedelic testing, MK Ultra, maybe.
Stop saying that. Nobody knows.
Yeah, look into
Nobody knows what the fuck MK Ultra is.
This is all out of the.
Stop.
A lot of it is like based.
100-mile marathon.
You're making us uncomfortable, and we're the talent, Dave. So,
dude, buddy, a lot of it is based out of the movie. What is it? Where like they test staring at goats or something. I forgot what the name of the movie is.
The men who stare at goats.
And there's like MK Ultra is like this whole movie. Yeah, there's this whole thing that they were testing this on kids and stuff. And then Stranger Things is supposed to have something to do with the Montauk Project, but like
absolutely,
like Nick always says, everything in the movies, is
it's how I live my life.
That's how Nick lives his life. So
yeah. Everything's in moves.
Anyway, Nick, what's your take?
Yeah, this is all 100% fact. Okay, like
all of it,
like every bit of it, every single freaking bit of it. All right, so we know for a fact that the Nazis in their U-boats, especially in the South, where Buddy's from and where Tom's from, right? They actually came up and had dinner in America, right? Like that's a fact. Like they would come eat in America, right? And then they get on their little paddle boat in the middle of the night and go back to their U-boat. Like it's true. And then we had the Nazi officers not in prison camps, right? We had them like they were just living here, right?
Yeah.
Like then
NASA.
Yeah. So like we this is like during the war too, right? Like and then shortly afterwards, and then we bring in these smart minds, and of course, like Buddy's saying, I'm going to agree with him here. Is that the United States government's going to do some stuff, right? Mm-hmm. That like. Is crazy. So if we get some of the Nazis were crazy. I mean, anybody who thinks that, exterminating an entire race of people is a good thing, you're fucking nuts, right?
Yep.
So like they come over and they start putting in the seeds of even more crazy shit to people who actually have the power to do it, and the infrastructure and the money.
Yeah,
and it's like now we're going full retard, right? Like we can now.
That's almost what we were talking about before the show, Nick.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
A stupid hypnosis. Like you just get hypnotized by stupidity, and you're just like, wait, is that a good?
So the Book of Earl on Facebook last Sunday was, if we let morons run wild, right, then that puts the future of our generation kids at risk. And, we're already seeing that, right? Like we're letting morons run wild. And here's what this plays into. Okay. This is where a good thing had bad consequences and the bad people took advantage of it. Okay. And this goes in again with what Buddy said as well. So, insane asylums got shut down. All right. They got shut down because of the crazy shit we were doing to people in there. Right. Like, and that's a good thing. However, now how do the bad people take advantage of that? Let's elect some of them to fucking Congress. Okay. Now we got fucking weirdos representing districts in Congress. We got weirdos like in the DOD doing weird shit and wondering why, like the recruiting's going down. We've already talked about this. But so, yeah, instead of having insane asylums, now we're just conducting experiments in the open. Okay. And it's right here in front of us. And as far as like kidnapping, yeah, kids get kidnapped all the damn time. And we're talking about, the 70s, like Tom said about the drugs. Also, that's when AIDS started coming around as well. And you had like my friends who live in New York that talk about people who lived in New York in the late 70s and 80s. They were like, people were just disappearing, like dead. Like people were just like, now that's a real bad pandemic. Like people dying, like gone.
No, just disappearing.
Like all of a sudden there was nobody in the neighborhood. Like what? It's like, holy shit. So
were the aliens there too, Nick?
Well, we've already discussed this. Aliens, are real. This is a fact. They built our societies. Then they reset us every once in a while. But yeah, 100% fact.
Okay, all facts. All right, we should try to go there one day. Maybe we can, explore the place. I don't know.
But this will go into the Book of Earl pretty solidly. All right, now I got triggered. I've been getting triggered a lot lately. And remember, you guys all got to pay attention to this listening. All right. This is the gospel of the Book of Earl. All right. So like
chapter what?
This one is actually a new edition. Like I had to write this. It's kind of like the Catholic Church where we just kind of put in shit that we thought we went just so we can control people. So this is like the Catholic version of the Book of Earl. Okay. I'm going to add this book into it.
Brian Self, Book of Earl, now available at Barnes and Nobles. Not yet, but it's coming.
Not yet. They can't afford me.
It's in the works.
Right? I hate the Bible. I ain't giving it for free. All right. So the base changes in the DOD. All right. This is what triggers me. And then this is what, really irritates me about what we were just talking about, how the idiots, the morons that we elected, the morons we put in positions of power. Okay. And we don't put them in because the election's all rigged now. Like we put these fucking morons in, right? The bad people do that. I have zero problem with them changing base names. Zero. Okay. None whatsoever. Fort Moore, instead of Fort Benning, I think is a great idea. All right. That is a relevant general that people can actually kind of relate to and research and pay attention to. Okay. General Cavazos. Why would we not celebrate somebody like that? Okay. Here's the issue. The morons in power, because we put them there, said we're changing the names because of this. Right. And that's stupid. The reason you're changing them is fucking stupid. All right. Most of those Civil War generals, which we already covered in the past, went back and worked for the Union. All right. Like they like this is a relative time in history where they didn't care about the country. All right. They cared about their state. All right. They cared about their farmland. That's all they cared about. And yes, slavery is a bad thing. We can all agree on that. It's a horrible thing. It still exists, by the way. All right. Still exists.
Oh, yeah.
But why didn't General Austin Okay, I know you're watching this every day, all right? Well, she's not. Why didn't General Austin, all right, just go, hey guys, we're going to change the names because 99% of the Generation Z coming in doesn't know who the fuck Fort Bragg is, doesn't know who Braxton Bragg is. All right, we're going to change the name to somebody that they can be proud of and relevant, that maybe did some really good shit in World War II, in Vietnam, in Korea, all right, even shit, Gulf War. I mean, that's how old we are. Like, we could bring in people from the global war on terrorism in 2000, right? Like, we can name people, Fort McChrystal, right? Like, you know, like, whatever. Like, we have heroes that are relevant. All you had to do, DOD, to not kill your recruiting was give a logical fucking reason why we're changing the names, right? Like, it's that simple. Okay, so I'm going to keep it short. That's what triggered me. All right. I like I said, I don't mind the name change, but why we teach all these classes on narratives and leadership, and then the people who are supposed to be the top leaders, like, I don't consider a politician a leader, but you know, the Secretary of Defense is supposed to be a leader, right? And I had no problem with General Austin in the Army. I thought he was great, right? Like, why would you say that? Why would you say that's the reason? Like, you can't, like, because you're paid off, you big fucking bum. All right, that's what happened. All right, so hey, buddy, I kept it short. What's going on in your life? Why are you on cloud nine?
Okay, first of all, the changing of Fort Benning, like,
Didn't Fort Bragg change too?
It's not yet.
What's up?
It's getting ready to change.
It's getting to Fort Liberty.
Yeah, well, see, that's where I was gonna go.
Stupid.
At least changing Fort Benning to Fort Moore, 100% behind it. Great idea. But Fort Liberty? What?
We have morons leading this country.
How about Fort Gavin? Like, that makes more sense.
Well, his grandpa probably had a slave buddy.
Yeah, maybe, but like I said, like, there's Fort Liberty. Like, we're gonna name it's Fort some idea. Not to mention, I've been to Fort Bragg quite I was on Fort Bragg for a long time.
Me too.
Center of the universe.
Center of the universe.
Liberty is not a thing that lives there. Like, it's it's not a nah. You could not pick a more opposing name for what actually happens at Fort Bragg than Fort Liberty. Like,
isn't there a bunch of liberties there just in the strip club?
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
No,
there are.
a bunch yeah. Anyway, there you go. And yeah, you did keep it a little short. And you know what? I will retell the story, you know, because I feel like everybody needs a little piece of humble pie every now and then, and I'm no different. So yeah, I was on cloud nine. I graduated from college, got my degree, started
Not from UTEP though.
Turning my stuff in to start my master's degree, got engaged. Like, everything's going great up here. Kids getting out of the 8th grade, going into 9th grade, got really good grades, playing football, having a good time. I'm up here. Can't tell me shit. Can't stop, won't stop. I know I'm doing everything. This morning I go downstairs, take my dogs outside. The dogs took a little bit longer than they needed to, had a little coffee, everything kind of relaxed. Got a little case of the bubble guts, started doing some turtle heading. Got to failure, was coming back in. I didn't even take the dogs off the leash. I just start trucking it to the bathroom. Didn't make it. Ended up with and it was more like a buckshot. It was a plasma ray into my shorts. So just I pulled my shorts down to try to take a dump. Shit went on the floor.
I missed that part where you were telling us earlier.
Yeah, on the floor.
Buddy.
I had to clean the entire bathroom downstairs this morning. I had to get naked on the toilet and up in the shower. There was no wiping. You ever feel like
doing
you're
some weird shit at night though?
I told you I overserved myself last night. I was overserved. It happened. This
bartender's fault.
What were you overserved with, and where did this overserving go to?
I was overserved by myself at my house.
Oh, okay. I'm not even gonna go there.
What? It was an accident. Sometimes you know what? Nobody talks shit about people when they OD on like heroin accidentally.
That's
Just
correct.
give them some Narcan. I didn't get that. So
Yeah, there was no bus driving around with Pepto-Bismol today.
Yeah,
that was
don't
bullshit.
judge me. But what I'm saying is, every now and then when you're way up here, just shit your pants. You'll feel better about yourself. You'll be back down. You'll be back down to ground level. You look yourself in the mirror and you're like, wow, when's the last time you shit your pants? I'm 45 this morning. This morning was the last time.
I mean,
it's kind of like the safety clock at Fort Liberty.
Brian Selp, I was making breakfast. Thanks, bro. Lost my appetite.
But maybe you needed some humble pie too today, Brian.
Yeah, Brian, it's your humble pie, man.
Whoa, eat your breakfast, nerd. It's not like what I'm eating. Just because I shit my pants a little bit, I didn't shit on your breakfast.
Yeah.
I'm going to have breakfast later.
And then you should know by now when you tune into our show that, anything is possible on
Maybe he should
like
McGavin and eats pieces of shit for breakfast.
Yeah.
It always brings you back down to earth when you can reset the safety clock from 180 days with no fatalities.
5 minutes in, alien grays, reptilians, and buddy shit his pants.
Now we're not too good for an accident, and we keep it moving. So my safety clock is at about 5 hours right now.
Hey, this is a good recruiting tool. I'm going to hit you, Sarek, up with this video, right? Because for parents watching, wondering what their kids are going to do in the military, this is it. All right, all right. When they like they'll finish.
I got 3 weeks left. Whatever.
Yeah, they'll finish their morning run, and then they're gonna sit around and do jack shit all day, and they're gonna talk about stuff like this. All right, this is exactly what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you're gonna have some crusty old Tom Campbell coming up, going, "Hey, what are y'all doing today? Nothing. We're gonna shit. And then you're fucked, right? Like, so it's and then they ruin the great conversation we were having, And so parents out there, trust me, as long as your kid doesn't go to previous Fort Hood, they're gonna be just fine. Okay, they're gonna be great. And then just whatever, we can't.
Fucking Fort Hood. That meme why did Facebook?
Fort Cavazos. Well, I think it got put into the algorithm because of the name change. So we literally had a meme up that said, what was it like? Fort Hood's not this or something.
No, Fort Hood is more of a deployment than Kuwait.
Yeah, right. Like that got taken down by Facebook. Like what?
I got restricted on my personal account.
Yeah, I think it was because it hit the algorithm that it hey, watch out for the Fort Hood stuff. But either way, this shirt also for you triggered pansies on VTT official. Okay. This is the Ultimate Sacrifice Foundation.
Hell yeah.
Okay. We went on freaking tour with them last year. We went live with their events. And so I posted a fundraiser, not a GoFundMe. Okay. A fundraiser. All right. On the page because they're going to bring all 13 families. Okay. Of the service members that were killed in Afghanistan. All right. They're in the botched freaking withdrawal. They're going to bring them up to New York and take them fly fishing. Okay? That's what they're doing. And all you clowns on there who don't even understand that it's, I'm sorry, Dave, but it's my page. Okay? It's our page. We created it. Okay? So when I post something on there and you want to fucking argue about it, you have zero
argument.
They're talking about this is bullshit. We don't donate online. Why are you trying to feed your own vacations? I'm talking triggered shit, And
it's just going to get worse as we go.
As we grow. It's like, what is wrong with you? I bet you were a great soldier, man. All right, it's for you saying that I'm gonna make sure I fund my vacation. Guess who's not going fly fishing with the Ultimate Sacrifice Foundation? Me. I'm not going at all.
We need to do a 5-minute segment on this every show.
I don't even know
Show
how
some
to
of the DMs that we get at 3 a.m. Like some of you guys are batshit fucking crazy.
Yeah.
The messages.
Yeah.
Fuck.
What? And again, I always have to say this.
Are you speaking English?
I was going to say this, the veteran card, because we're a minority. When you drop that veteran card and you got the fucking bro vet hat on or the Karen vet hat on, and it's like, you make us all look bad. Okay. All of us. Yeah. Right. I have zero chance to get a job when you're on Facebook. Because as soon as I apply for a job and I put veteran, they're like, fuck these guys, and it's like, thanks, dude. Thanks a lot. All right. They literally are taking the families of the service members that were killed in Afghanistan, fly fishing. Like, we vetted these guys. We know them. We're friends with them now. Like, they're not going to take a dime. Mike owns a very successful gym. He doesn't need money. Actually, I think he owns 2 gyms. All right.
Mike and Colin are doing just fine.
Yeah. Colin, we can't say where he works because he'll get fired. Okay. Yep. Colin does an awesome job, has a great job, makes a lot of money. Okay.
Yeah, and then everything that they do is like on their spare time.
Oh my God. You got me triggered. So who's the triggered at Pansy now? I am. Okay, like I'm not productive. Let me get back to production. Okay, let me get back.
I'm amazed you are productive after last night.
Let me get. Well, I'm still drunk, but like let's get back to productivity. All right.
Yeah.
So we got Tom. All right, we got the Shaw of comedy. All right, like I don't know how he's gonna follow this up because we're pretty freaking funny. But we got the Shaw of comedy, and people have seen Tom before on our show. All right, we'll let him get rid of whatever.
Don't choke on us over there.
He's literally choking.
That's gonna make for some good views.
Choking on stage. I mean, maybe no. He's been on the show before. All right, he's also been on Cliff's mental health warrior. He's a great American. All right. Look him up and don't be fooled by the accent. Okay, he's a great. It's part of his thing. He's found a way to make money on it. All right, Buddy tries to hide it. Buddy's got that shit too. So but Buddy's trying to get a job. Hey, Tom.
I have to use my professional voice, guys.
Tom, welcome to the dumpster fire. Welcome to the dumpster fire. Tell us a little bit about this comedy tour you got orchestrated and how, like, what you got going on. Where do you do your performances and all that great stuff?
Hey, man, sorry I choked on myself a while ago. But anyhow, actually, you said this was the Irish coffee thing. So I went down to Walmart, tried to find some Irish coffee. I couldn't find none. And so I've got redneck coffee here. The great value ran through the paper towel in the dripper. That's a fucking coffee right there. It even choked the shit out of it.
Little bits of paper towel still stuck in it. I know that's
a little bit of shine mixed in there too. But on my little hobby time, I do stand up comedy, and I just started a new job. So right now, trying to figure that out, and but we're going to start building a lineup here pretty soon. Right now, I don't have anything other than we're going up to Colorado on the 18th, and up to Denver, and I'll be up here with MTV up here. So check that out.
With MTV,
cool. MTV is still a thing.
Yeah, they picked me up. I mean, come on.
Hell yeah! I didn't even know that the channel still existed.
Well, I mean, I guess the people were still watching it are our age.
Yeah.
So, okay.
No, do they actually still do music and stuff? Like, it's not like it used to.
Know, man. Yeah. I haven't had cable in so long. I don't have
cable either.
So Brian Self says the South will rise again. Okay, that may be true, but you'll get put right back in your place again, Brian. Okay, you got zero infrastructure. All right, you still have dirt roads because we burned all the fucking shit you had. All right, go ahead, come up again. Anyways, go ahead, Tom.
No, but I'll tell you, I mean, it's hard being a redneck in Virginia.
Is it?
It is because everybody gets me confused as being a hillbilly. And I mean, they're similar. I got it. I mean, there's some differences in there though, like. I mean, rednecks will marry their cousin, and hillbillies will marry their sisters. A redneck will brush his summer teeth. Some are here and some are there. And hillbilly, he'll brush his tooth if it ain't already fell out. And rednecks, I mean, they get drunk on that Mad Dog 2020 and Jim Beam, makes them 10 foot tall and bulletproof. Or hillbillies, they get hopped up on that moonshine, then they run around the woods naked with each other.
Yeah,
I don't know that for a fact, but as rednecks, we like to play horseshoes, and hillbillies they play cornhole. In fact, I'm going to damn cornhole after this is over. Like what the hell? And I don't know about y'all down in Texas, cornhole has a whole different meaning. And we don't play cornhole. In fact, In fact, the first time I heard about cornhole, and this is almost a true story. Well, I was doing a show in Virginia, just happened to be. And the guy that promoted the show wanted to know if I want to go up to the cabin with him and some buddies, and they're just going to drink beer and play cornhole. I seen that movie Deliverance. I just picture that dude going to tell his buddies, boy, I got us a fresh redneck. Got a cornhole to cut a diamond. So I told him, I said, look, man, I'm a redneck, not a hillbilly. And he looked at me, what the fuck? I said, look, man, I don't play with nobody's cornhole. Ain't nobody going to play with my cornhole.
Nobody?
Not even my wife plays my cornhole. So, but he said, no, man. Then he explained it to me. It's kind of like horseshoes. Instead of throwing horseshoes at a peg in the ground, throw bean bags at a hole in the box. I said, I'll come up here with you, but I'm bringing my gun. And the first time one of you hillbillies try to touch my cornhole, by God, I'm shooting you right there on the spot, damn it. But he said, no, man, don't worry about that.
The first time I'd heard the name cornhole, I also was confused.
Yeah.
Common
sense is different. Common sense is different by location. Yeah.
But no, I mean, thanks for bringing me on here, man.
No, keep going, man. You're selling yourself right now.
Yeah, that's good.
Practice all your jokes for MTV. We'll get a rating on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you gonna do for MTV? Are you gonna be a DJ?
Well, no. So they're doing two things. One is we're going to do with MTV. We're doing a panel, and it's something to do. I don't know exactly what it's going to be, other than they're talking about PTSD and TBIs and veterans that try to overcome. So they're going to have it's a panel. It's going to have doctors and psychiatrists and psychologists and brain surgeons and Tom
Campbell.
And then they're going to have the dumbass me. I'll be the dumbest one in the damn.
Let me show you what a TBI looks like.
And so I don't know if they're planning on doing a lobotomy on me or something, or maybe get hopped up on LSD like at up there in New York.
I panel with doctors. Hi. You want to tell everybody about hillbillies and rednecks? Yeah.
But after that though, I'm gonna do a fundraiser show for NBA, the Military Basketball Association. And which actually it's a phenomenal program that they kind of when the Army cut MWR and all the intramural sports, they kind of popped up, and they've grown tremendously over the last I think they've been going 8 years now. The NBA actually has picked them up, doesn't pick them up, but it sponsors it. Mm-hmm. And then a whole lot of big money people now sponsor them. And last year I talked at their Hall of Fame induction ceremony and their playoffs. I mean, you just thought I was at the NBA playoffs. I mean, all the stuff they have. But anyhow, they picked up or they started a new program for our disabled vets, wheelchair basketball. And so it's a fundraiser to kick off. This is the first year they're going to do the wheelchair basketball. So I'm going to go and do a show as a fundraiser for them.
Nice.
And just to cover the triggered pansies, on Veteran Trash Talk, on especially VTT official, is it okay, Tom, if you eat while you're there for this fundraiser? Like, are you allowed to have a life while doing great things for people?
Yeah, I think so.
I just wanted to make sure, because somebody's going to be like, "Why are you making money?" I don't mean, can he fucking eat, guys?
No. Well, and that's the thing. Yeah. So for the pansies on there is they're flying me there and providing a place for me to stay. I ain't making money off of it.
Yeah.
It's a fundraiser. I'm volunteering my time.
Yeah, I was going to say, you got to walk. You should walk. Be sleeping in a tent.
And if you do walk, you better not have nice shoes on, because then I ain't giving you no money. Yeah. So.
Wait a second. He gets to use feet?
Yeah. This is supposed to be a fundraiser for people who can't walk, right? Like, Jesus.
I could see something like that too.
Yeah, who are you people? No. But we got to get our Fifth Principle show going. Anybody who wants to sponsor our Fifth Principle show, we're waiting for that. We're waiting for a sponsor to launch it again. We'll have JC on there. We'll have Mike Burke on there. Right? We're gonna But I just wanted to bring up a point, because it might ruin Tom's gig here, because he's playing the card that we've talked about with Buddy. Don't let this accent fool you with these two guys. All right, we always talk about this. Buddy plays that dumb card to perfection, and he's literally one of the most skilled soldiers I've ever met in my life. Right. And so it's like, you get stop. All right.
Minus pooping in his pants.
Minus pooping in his pants. And that's probably not all.
Those were his sniper days. He was just, trying to see if he still got it in him.
That's probably not all. It's probably not all true. He's playing the dumb card. He probably just had a turlet poking out. But so Tom, I've gotten to know Tom pretty well over the past couple of years. And he is a phenomenal human being. And he's smart as fucking, he's smart as shit. And like
borderline retarded.
Yeah, borderline retard, right? But Tom, tell us a little bit about how you've used that dumb card in the military. Come on.
Well, it actually does play out. When people hear me talk, and this is actually my language. I actually had somebody tell after a show one time, said that's not really how you talk. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I grew up in the backwoods of East Texas, man. I mean, I got a East Texas public education, but I think one time I think it played out. When you said that, it popped in. I don't know why it popped in my head. Is when I was a brand new private and Fort Polk was my first duty station. This is way back before JRTC moved down there.
Sorry.
And our company commander had a hair lip. And
had a what?
A hair lip.
Ah, I got you.
And so it was funny as hell listening to this son of a gun talk, especially when he got mad. If he got mad, you could not get butt hurt over it. It was a freaking hilarious. And but anyhow, they just passed the seatbelt law down there in Louisiana. And so he's going to tell us about it before he turns us loose. And so then this is how the safety briefing went. All right, man, when you out this weekend, you better wear your wheat welt. It's the wall. You don't wear your wheat welt, police going to give you a wicket. Don't drink and drive, that to get the wall too. You drink drive, police going to wear you. Now be very safe. I will see you on one day. And so I looked over at my buddy and I said it a little bit too loud. I looked at my buddy. I said, man, I hope to see him again one day too. But I better figure out what a wheat welt is before I get one of them wickets, whatever the hell that is. So the commander heard that.
Oh.
So it wasn't a pretty day afternoon for me. So that didn't work in my favor. But quite a few times, though, I mean, as soon as somebody hears me talk, they immediately think exactly what I am, a blooming dumbass. I just hide that I'm not a dumbass well. In fact, I fooled Nick. But so people just assume that I'm just what the stereotype is of what you'd picture an old country boy or a redneck in this case. And a lot of times, even when I go into meetings, even now, I'll sit quietly and let everybody talk, and then I'll start feeding off of what all the idiots in the room have to say, and then I'll come out of the left field, and I don't know, it's probably some kind of warped freaking mental, I don't know what the hell, but earlier when we were talking about stupidity is contagious,
yeah,
I love stupidity. Because I will chew up stupidity in a heartbeat and embarrass you in there. So that's probably where I play on it the most. They assume I'm a blooming dumbass, and okay, I'll play the card until you show your retardedness.
Yeah.
Actually, do you know retard's a cuss word now?
Yeah, you can't say it, even though it's just short for retardation, because there's something fucking wrong with you. Okay.
It's for school.
I do that. I do my public speaking engagements on health seeking behaviors and whatever. And actually, I was in Washington D.C. I was giving my presentation, and in that presentation, I talk about myself when I talk about what drove me to the point of suicide, and what I say is. And it was in my mind, is I'm retarded. I had doctor papers to prove I was retarded. And they're not going to make me a sergeant major if I'm retarded. They're not going to keep me in the Army if I'm retarded. And there ain't much of a job market out there for a washed up retarded sniper. So I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. So anyhow, after the thing was over, the little old lady come up to me. She goes, "Sir, that was a really good presentation, but I didn't like all the swearing." I cussed. And now I'm thinking in my head, I mean, normally it's a pretty clean freaking presentation because I give it to all kinds of, I mean, I've given it to everybody from the chief of staff down. And so I said a cuss word? She goes, "Yeah, you said the R word quite a few times." I said,
the R word?
I said, "Ma'am, excuse my ignorance, but I don't have a clue what you're talking about." And she whispered in my ear, "You said retarded." I said, "Get the hell out of here." That's retarded.
No, I like how you bring that up because I say that to some civilians when they're talking about like the government, you know, the DOD specifically. I'm like, hey, just pay attention in these meetings. Like the moron's going to make himself very clear really quick. Like, and like that's the moron, right? That's the one that's going to derail your entire conversation. And that person is hoping that he has all like minds around him. Like we were talking about, you know, before, like with Buddy and like the whole circle jerk we got going on in our government and our DOD right now is they have surrounded themselves with the same people, right? That way, when they say things like, "I don't understand why we have a recruiting problem." No, you don't. None of you in that room do. There isn't not one person, because they're all fucking morons. Right. And they have surrounded themselves with it. But yeah. And again, this is another life lesson for people who want to look negatively on a stereotype, which some of them are really bad. But, you can use that shit. Like, you can use that shit to profit off of morons. It's big time. But hey, Tom, because we do actually have a point to our program, like not this one specifically, but we have a point to Veteran Trash Talk. You know, when you're giving those speeches, like, do people ever like come up to you and be like, "Were you really suicidal?" Like, do they say that? Like, is that true? Like,
no, I have.
Yeah.
And it is. I mean, if you Google Tom Campbell or Sergeant Major Campbell or Know Your Soldiers, there's videos that'll pop up with some of my presentation. And but yes, I have. I've had people come in like, "Yeah, you didn't." I mean, they can't believe that I actually had done some of the things that I talk, and I don't talk about everything, of course, but I do try to paint pictures, and I give them a couple, maybe one or two examples to paint the picture of so they can understand what state of mind I was in when I got to the point that I tried to kill myself. And people are like, "Yeah, I'm not buying it." Mm-hmm. But I've noticed though, all those people that come up and try to say that shit have never left the fucking couch. I mean, they assume that we're painting a picture because and I got it. I mean, I hate stupid people, and I say it all the time. I really hate stupid people. Uneducated people is a different story.
Right.
By God, you can't fix stupid. But it's just, people that's never come close to experiencing anything like what we've experienced. There's no way they can paint a picture in their mind, no matter what you describe it to them. But all those, I blow them off like belly button lint. I give it they can say whatever the hell they want. But I will tell you though, is every time I share my story though, what makes me keep doing it, because I'm not gonna lie to you, it's emotionally and mentally draining when I do them. But after the fact though, when people come up wanting, they'll share their story and want to get, hey, what should I do? Where can I go? That type stuff. It makes it worth every damn minute that I spend doing it.
100%, Tom. And we've had the share experience with this platform, and you sharing that right now. I guarantee you, there's a lot of viewers right now. I guarantee you, there's somebody who's like listening to you, and it's helping them. And this is our therapy as well. We do this; it helps us every Saturday, and that's just
because we know what bottling all those feelings and those emotions. What happens when you just bottle them up? and
I wanted to address
help, and
I wanted to address some more comments on the page about our Triggered Pansy shirt. Okay, like the Triggered Pansy, we're not calling people like Tom a pansy. You're not smart for thinking that. All right, like we're not calling people who talk about their problems pansies. We're talking about the guys who get mad at us donating to Ultimate Sacrifice Foundation. That's who the Triggered Pansies are. Like, we're like, you're actually like, that. So please don't misconstrue that shirt. That shirt is to guide veterans to being productive. That's to guide everybody to being productive. It's okay to get upset. All right. But when you start doing things that,
you can be triggered and you can vent about being triggered.
Yeah.
But you actually have to do something other than just bitch and whine and moan. That's
stay on the couch.
Yeah.
When you have over 600,000 people, though, Nick, you're going to have some crazies that are going to fucking, just come out of the woodworks. You're not going to be able to please them all.
But, and that goes with, like Tom said, it's like, please get educated. Because if you're just stupid, there's nothing we can do for you. It's like sorry that shirt made you think that we're calling guys like Tom, guys like us who share our own stories of our struggles, right? Yeah. I guess you think we're calling ourselves pansies. No, not at all. But no, Tom, we'll really appreciate what you do. And this comedy tour is going to be great. We'll sync you up with 10th Mountain out of Vail. Maybe they'll come down and be there in Colorado with you and maybe help your speech a little bit with some bourbon, or they got their Colorado Clear, as they call it. It's great stuff.
Yeah.
But
well, as long as they give it to the audience, then it makes the show better.
Oh yeah.
So where can people find like the information about this? Where can they find information about when you start scheduling stuff out? Where can they find it? Yeah.
So hey, just Google. Google.
What are you, turkey hunting?
What are you, stupid?
No, but I have a funny story about turkey hunting last weekend. Man, everything went wrong. That could have went wrong.
Tell it.
But anyhow, but no, if they Google Campbell, and that's Campbell Shaw, as in the Pashtun King, SHAH of comedy. All the web pages, videos, there's all kinds of stuff will pop up.
Nice. Yeah. So make sure everybody watching, you look up the Pashtun King. All right. The Shah of comedy, Tom Campbell. Look him up. It's obviously, if you just rewind the show, you see how fucking funny he is. It's great. But no, tell us the turkey story. We got a couple minutes before Buddy gives us the AR.
Yeah. So the way Fort Eustis works up here where I'm at, it's a draw. And I was like number 2 on the standby. And so I take 3 guys out and to call for them, and all 3 of them went home with birds. So last weekend I finally came off the standby list, and so I go out there to now I finally get to shoot, and I take a guy out there with me who is his first year turkey hunting. He hadn't got a bird yet, so I said, "I come out with me. I know where there's 2 toms going to come off the roots. I know exactly what the pattern is. We'll be back in the truck by 7 o'clock with birds in the back." So we line up. So they come off the roots. There's a clear cut with a grass field in there. There's a road right on the side of the road, some woods, and they always go into the clear cut to come in and feed in the field. So we set a decoy up down from us on the edge of the woods by the road. We got down close to the roof. So sure enough, they come down, and I'm trying to make it quick. And there's 2 big toms out there, and they got 3 hens with them. And so trying to get them to come in, but they're out there feeding. And finally, I give a couple of purrs and some clucks, and I get the attention of one of them toms. He sees that hen decoy in the woods, so he comes. He starts fanning. He's coming to try to get that new girl over there. And so I've got a bead on him. He's coming across the field, and he's getting, he's 70 yards, 60 yards, 50 yards. When he gets about 50 yards out, a hen jumps through the brush. There's a hen coming down the road that I didn't see. And I'm focused on the tom. She jumps in the brush. She's trying to figure out what that purring and clucking was in the brush. And she jumps in, probably not even 2 feet from me. I could have grabbed her by her neck. She sees me. She starts yelping, flapping her wings. She runs out in the field, right down the middle of the field, flapping her wings and yelling. And everybody freaking takes off. So I said, all right, that's fine. That sucks. But yeah, we couldn't get mad. I mean, it was pretty funny watching that hen out there telling everybody it's a trap. Get the fuck out of there. And so that afternoon, I knew where there's another Big Tom over by one of the HLZs. So I go out there and try to get that guy. And I go, and he's in the back corner. So I try to get around the woods. I mean, he was working his way into the woods. I stood up for him. I start calling, and I get his attention. And then I start gobbling, and then he gobble, and I gobble, and then he gobble back here, and then he gobble back here. I said, that dude went back to the field, to the HLZ. So I go down the trail back to HLZ, and there he is. I low crawl out, and I stick that hen decoy out as far as I can, and I slide back. And so I start trying to get his attention. Got his attention, so he comes, he starts working, he starts fanning and strutting, trying to get the attention of that girl that he's seeing. And he's coming in. I said, oh, yeah, this guy's fixing to die. He gets about halfway across the HLZ. He turns right and sprints back across the HLZ. I said, what the hell? I know he didn't see me. Here come 3 deer out there. I said, oh, my gun, man. All right. So I got everybody else turkeys. I didn't get no turkeys for me this year.
No soup for you. Hey, Tom, pleasure having you on, man. I really hope that you have a lot of success with MTV and the comedy tour, and we'll let us know how we can support you any way we can by sharing or doing all that kind of stuff. Well, obviously, again, those of you watching, we promote veteran-owned stuff for free. Okay, so if you got something going on, we'll throw it out there. All right, just be happy about it. And oh, by the way, there is somebody I got to call out. Dave knows who I'm talking about. Thanks for the support of buying our T-shirts. Okay, we do sell T-shirts. All right, but if you don't get your shirts in 4 days, chill the fuck out. Okay,
yeah, we're sorry.
Like it takes the average of 7 to 10 days. Yeah, right, business days.
We're actually pretty fast, honestly.
Yeah, we're actually real fast, and your order actually shipped in 6 business days. Okay, so we actually beat the average. Yeah. Okay, like calm down.
Not Amazon over here.
I'm sorry we don't have our veteran print shop. Freaking working on the weekends for you. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are bad. So buddy,
he's a happy customer now.
Yeah, he's a happy customer now. Yeah. And thanks for releasing the funding.
Thanks for the support.
Yeah. Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, you're unmute, buddy. There you go. Episode 125.
Anyway, pretty easy AR. Let's see. Huge radars in Montage.
Large. Yeah.
New York. Huge.
Montage.
Huge. Freaking huge. Yeah, you screwed it up.
Huge radar. In New York is a fucking huge one. All right. How big is it? It's fucking huge. Huge radar.
Yeah.
Underneath that radar, miles of tunnels. They got large and small fucking aliens over there. They're doing kidnappings. Anyway, so
and reptilians, buddy.
If you're in Montauk, New York, because you could get jacked up by a Nazi and go down, and you won't know. You will not see them until it is too late, and then you'll be down in their little lair doing stranger things. I don't know. The Book of Pearl today.
That's pretty good. That's true.
Fort Hood. Or Fort Hood. Don't say Fort Hood. That's bad. We'll get canceled. We've decided that changing Fort Benning's name is a great idea. Changing it to celebrate Hal Moore, General Hal Moore. Sorry, is an awesome idea. Great leader, great everything. The reason that we're changing it, dumb. It's just a dumb reason. Just change it because you want to change it. Don't change it because you want to erase some part of history that you don't enjoy. And at the end of the day, when people in Georgia and in Alabama that live around like Phoenix City and Columbus are still going to say you go to Fort Benning, it's probably not going to catch on as quickly as you would think. Because they've been doing it for about 100 years. So it's weird that would be a thing. Let's see. If you're ever feeling too good about yourself, high and mighty, shit your pants super fast. Just shit your pants you'll be back down to earth, just walking among the rest of us. 5 hours. I'm 5 hours clean, guys. Haven't shit myself for 5 hours. All right. You will. I haven't trusted fart the same since. So I'm just saying. Tom, you might not look at you. You hear him. You look at him. Doesn't look like he's going to be a VJ, but he's doing MTV, guys. He's the coolest person on this panel. He's like the Kennedy or what was the other VJs? There's Pauly Shore. He's Pauly Shore.
Carson Daly.
Pauly Shore. Yeah. Carson Daly. Tom Shaw of comedy. Carson Daly. There you go. If you want to check out his PTSD speeches, go to you just check out Campbell, like Sergeant Major Campbell or the Shaw, the Pashtu King, and look his stuff up. Check out his MTV feature about PTSD on the panel when everybody else is going to be like, well, I do believe that PTSD is caused. He's like, well, I'll tell you what. That's not how we skin this cat, boy. That's going to be the best part of that entire show is when the nerds start using like big words, and then he hits them with like some East Texas
belly lint.
Hey man, that dog don't hunt right now. I tell you, that ain't how we do it in East Texas. I'll tell you that much. And hopefully you get the little the thing like
the wicket.
That happened with you. Anyway, check it out. That was the show today. Great stuff. Check Tom out. Dave's still here.
Any final words,
Tom?
No, hey, I'll tell you. I mean, thanks for bringing me on. And my wife. I mean, this morning I was trying to get all my stuff worked. I said, "Sheriff, I don't have the link." So I mean, I was excited. And I wanted to make sure this thing worked, but. And I'll leave you with this. I mean, here's how excited I was I was more excited than a puppy with two peckers in a yard full of fire hydrants.
See, that's the thing that's going to win it over for the panel right there. It's going to hit him with that down home.
We'll put that in a shirt.
Oh, what hit him?
Oh, shit. That is a good shirt idea.
Yeah.
Hey, we appreciate you coming on, Tom. For everybody who tuned in late, go to veterantrashtalk.com. It's got the links to everything where you can rewatch this, re-listen to this on your way to work on Monday. Go to shop.veterantrashtalk.com. It's got all of our clothing and merch, okay? For those of you that have been checking out the Gruntworks website, we're merging everything, okay? So our apologies that the website isn't working properly right now, but it'll all be in one soon. One awesome shop that we'll be launching within the next week or two. It's going to be fucking awesome. We will catch y'all next Saturday. Love y'all. Baseman BTT out. Boom.
All right, we're clear.